Hi everybody, Sarah here. Just walking along thinking about worker status. So I thought I'd do a quick video on it because it's such a controversial subject, isn't it? Now, worker status, let's put a couple of myths to bed first. Worker status, being called a worker in HMRC, there's three categories of employment. It's employment, full employment, self-employed, or worker limb B. Worker limb B is a part of self-employed. So it doesn't affect your tax breaks, which is one thing the cows at B always try and pretend that it's going to affect. It wouldn't affect any tax. Besides which, when you get a child's allowance from the government for the child, a bit daft taxing it, isn't it? We get taxed on our skills fees, and that's fair enough. So worker status is, one of the things they say is, it'll affect, the way that your relationship with the children and loving and nurturing kids. And I thought, rubbish. And I'll tell you why. That ship sailed. We're already workers. We are already in a full worker relationship with the local authorities and agencies. We have a contract, which is the mother of all contracts, called the fostering agreement. And we're also told where we can work and when we can work and how we must do it. We follow so many rules and regulations. We can also only work for one organisation. Any of you out there can work for 2 or 3 agencies and local authorities? No. So in actual fact, we are already workers. Being classified as such is actually the reason we're not, and why they fight it so much and put so much misinformation out, is because it's just not convenient. Why would you have a workforce having a status and being protected when you can have a workforce that's completely disposable? So then they might say, well, it affects allegations. Of course it won't. The only thing it'll do with allegations is it will make sure that the allegations are independently investigated, which is terribly important for us, as we all know. It would also mean that in allegations, we will be protected against whistleblowing. This is one of the biggest, I've done allegations for years, as you all know, and whistleblowing is a massive part. A complaint by a foster carer, a concern put in about the lack of support, any kind of thing like that triggers allegations. And then they've got the final big card because they say, the child said. So basically, the other thing is the foster carer versus foster parent. Well, it doesn't. I absolutely reserve the right for all of you to call yourselves exactly what you want to call yourselves. But in your professional role, it would probably be good to be called foster carer, because what happened was, to a review before this one, care review before this one, into fostering, there'd just been a good inquiry by the select committee and the government, and it'd really gone in a good direction. I was really quite thrilled, thinking, oof, they're really getting this now. But the government kind of stamped on it, the review afterwards, and they diminished our official role from foster carer to foster parent. This was a real calculation to diminish and reduce the role so that we didn't sort of get ideas above our station. Now, I would say I'm an accidental activist. I don't want a lot of court action. We don't want to have to do that. But the point is that without court action and without getting a status, we are never going to get change for our sector. We are never going to be secure. We are never going to be protected. We are never going to get enough respite. We've asked for these things over and over again, but we don't get them because they don't have to do it. That's why we need a legal working status. It'll have no effect on how we nurture and love children. We are already workers, and that's why it's terribly important. We're seeing the government on the 20th. I'm a special advisor to the union. We're seeing the government on the 20th again. We've been seeing them before, and we will be raising all of this about a central licensing body and being workers. We need to raise it. Whether we get everything all at once, we won't. It's undoubtedly we won't, but we will start forging change. There are several tribunals going through the courts that the union's putting together, and I will keep you updated on those. We'll do a video on that. It's not about us wanting to be employees, ever. It's not about us wanting to be, I'm a worker and up the workers and, waving banners or going on strike or anything like that. It's nothing like that. Like I say, accidental activists. This is about fairness, justice, and it's about being able to deliver secure, protected and loving care for our children. Okay, I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.